Hello, my fine feathered friends. I hope everyone is doing well. As always, it is me, Rebecca. I decided last week when I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do for my next video that I wanted to make myself and create a sim. I haven't done an updated create a sim for myself that actually looks like me in a really long time. I tried to do it when I did my first Twitch stream, which was weeks ago, but it just ended up not looking like me at all because I didn't have time to sit down and really focus on adjusting the face shape and the eyes and everything that comes with trying to create yourself in Sims. And I think that's probably one of my favorite things to do in this game. With every Sims game, I think anyone goes in and tries to immediately create what they see themselves looking like, making themselves have the best clothes and trying to fix it so they're playing as themselves and they can have their dream life, which is kind of what I wanted to do. I wanted to go in and make myself look how I see myself and dress myself in the best clothes that I could find, because at this point I have pretty much all the packs now, which meant I could really nail my personal style, well, except for the business clothes, because I don't wear anything that's businessy at all. I probably could have changed that and made them look a little bit more like me, but to each their own. I ended up doing 2 outfits though for every single category, and then on top of that, at the end I also made my cat Aspen. So if you have followed me on Instagram or know me from there, Aspen is who I name most of my islands after. I named my island in Animal Crossing after her, and I name almost all my farms in Stardew Valley after her just because it's what I enjoy doing. So here I am trying to pick my slightly weird hair color. I was looking at a photo of myself as I made myself in The Sims, and I was like, it doesn't, why do we only have, 10 hair colors? I don't know, there's probably more than 10. It just flashed by. But I was like, none of this looks like me. None of the hair colors match. I have a ton of gray hair up at the top of my head, but when I tried to test the gray and brown mixture hair out, it just looked funky. I looked old. Which, I mean, I'm only 24, so I felt like I could, cut myself down, put my grays into my ideal version of myself. And then here I am trying to pick my iconic red glasses that I've had for a couple years now. I don't think I'll ever give up red glasses after this. I love them way too much. Mine right now are from Burberry from Lens Crafters, and I love these things. I think that they could be a little bit better quality just because I've never been one to wear contacts. I can't touch my eye, so that's an issue. But I do really, really like my glasses. I like how they look, and I think that it makes whatever character I end up making of myself, like especially in Animal Crossing or Sims or even Pokemon, I really always try to put my glasses in there because I think that it makes the character look like me, even though maybe it just looks like everyone else's character just with glasses on. I even went in and did makeup. Here I am trying to make the MAC makeup work, and oof, it does not work. I don't know if this works for anybody. I don't know who it could work for because it is just rough looking. That and the eyeliner. So if you have recommendations for custom content makeup that I could add to my game, I would be very appreciative because, yikes. I've thought about downloading, I know there's a popular eyelash maker. I think they're called the Cozybec eyelashes. I've seen a lot of people who do Sims on YouTube have those in their game, and I may add those to mine. I know that it would turn my stuff custom content, which is why I've stayed away from it, but the makeup is just so bad in this game. So bad. Though I think I nailed how pale I am. If anything else, I am this pale in real life, if not paler, and I think it works. That's also my favorite top. I think that came in university. That pack has the best clothes, and I'm sure I've said that in multiple other creative Sims that I've done on the channel, but I love the clothes in that, and I love the clothes in the Tiny Living pack. I wish we had better jeans, but since I've added more packs, I'm thinking about going through and picking, like ranking my favorite packs via the items in them, the clothes in them, and the content. Because I get a few friends occasionally will ask me what I recommend to pick up for Sims, and my default is always to go for seasons because it just changes how you play the game, and I can't imagine how boring it was before I had seasons. I can barely remember it, but I think that it makes it worth it. And then on top of that, I really recommend Get Together and Spa Day. If you love to build, those two packs, because they were some of the first packs, have a ton of building stuff in them. They are perfect. The wallpapers, the furniture, the style is a little bit strange, but most of the items work with everything else. And the fact that you get kitchen countertops with both of them and above cupboards, that makes it worth it to me, because as everyone knows, the kitchens in The Sims have no countertops. We never get any countertops because there's so many variants of them. I think if I could go hog wild, my game would never run because of how much stuff that I would want to add via custom content. Also, this looks nothing like me in that little red dress. I would never, you could never find me in that. I love this top though from Vintage Glamour Stuff because it has a little keyhole in the back that opens up, and I think it's really cute. I was desperate when I was doing the business where I don't wear that kind of stuff. My style is very much, I don't know, like Madewell meets American Eagle. I'm just a hair basic, but I don't really mind. I really like how I have kind of come into my style. I wear a lot of the same colors. I wear mauve and dark green, variants of black and white. I don't really stray from those. I like jewel tones. I like things that just kind of make me feel good. I love a good turtleneck. Man, they do not have a turtleneck in this game that I know of that's a thin one, has a really high neck, and is really fitted. Those are some of my favorite turtlenecks to wear. If I could just live somewhere where it was fall always, I think that I would be happy 99% of the time. I love fall weather. I love dressing for fall. I like layering, scarves and coats, and that's my ideal style, man. And speaking of that, my ideal style, I know I'm all over the place. I know that in the last video when I was talking about the Tudor house that I built, I talked about how that was my dream kitchen, and then I got to thinking about it, and that's part of the reason why I ended up making myself to this level of detail and Aspen, as you'll see here. I decided that I wanted to do a dream house build. Now, my dream house is eclectic. I have pinned a lot of things on Pinterest, and I've been trying to decide if I'm going to be able to make it without it being a multiple part series. So yeah, I'm going to be working on that, and I think working on some other kind of fall type builds. If anyone has any recommendations, as always, I love to hear them, either in the comments or you can DM me on Instagram. And yeah, I kind of want to do my dream house. I want to build a giant, well, I say giant, but it's not really giant. I want to build the ideal, like, London brownstone house for myself in Windenburg, which again came with the Get Together pack, and that's my absolute favorite world. And I love building on the 64 by 64 lot that is up by the bluffs and the mansion. That's my favorite lot, and I have always dreamed, ever since I was young and could really, I don't know, think about what I wanted for a future house. I've always dreamed of living in the UK, which I know if you live there, you're probably like, why? Because I'm American, and it is just everything that I ever enjoyed as a kid. I was like, it comes from the UK. I grew up on the Chronicles of Narnia and Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter. And yeah, it's either the two halves of myself are the like rainy London aesthetic of wanting a house that has like a huge gate in the front of it just outside of London, even though London's not that glamorous. I mean, I've been there, luckily, but and then my other half is like, I must live in the Pacific Northwest and, you know, meet a vampire named Edward Cullen and live my life forever in happiness and eternity. But I decided that you guys can be saved from my vampire cottagecore fantasy, and I won't subject you to that as a build yet. Maybe. But I do really want to build the dream house that I've kind of been fiddling around with since I got back into Pinterest. I guess it was last year. I started looking up kind of the ideal house layouts that I like. I like older homes that have been restored, but I really want to do like a double height library because I just love books. I love collecting them, different copies of the same book. That's one of my favorite things. I have a ton of copies of Wuthering Heights because that's my favorite book. And yeah, I want to do a big kitchen. I have a lot of ideas, and I split down like my Pinterest board. It's got, you know, specific little mini boards for like the laundry room and things. So I think it'd be interesting to sit down and like truly design my dream house with everything that I have, excuse me, currently in The Sims, just because there is a lot of items and there's a lot to work with. And it helps that mostly my color scheme is black, white, and green. So most of the time I can find an item that I like. I am still salty that we do not have green velvet couches in the game. Like a huge trend from a year ago? And I was all on that, man. I was like, please give us, you know, green velvet couches to work with. And the Sims were like, no, with a little heart emoji. And I was like, oh, okay. So we're just going to keep getting couches that look insanely uncomfortable. And they were like, yes. So I don't know. That would be my dream. Next pack, we need a velvet pack that is just gaudy 20s inspired velvet furniture. Not vintage glamour stuff, mind you. Love that pack. Close to my heart. Half the stuff's hideous in it. We need like the modern millennial pack, which, I mean, at the end of the day, I just absolutely love using Sims as what it is, just recreating your life in the best ways humanly possible, which is just my favorite. And I'm all the way at the winter clothing. I totally spaced out. I do love most of the outfits that I chose. For this one, I can't remember, I think I stuck with that color. I really wanted the green coat to have a better looking dress underneath it. I actually have boots that look like that too, but since I live in the American South, I do not have any reason to wear boots that hefty. I did when I was at college just because of ice on the sidewalks. But I do not have any reason to wear them now. They're a little bit too hefty for me. I love that outfit. That's one of my favorites. You can see me going in now where I was like, oh, maybe I should put 2 outfits for myself, you know, just kind of fiddle around. Yeah, I don't think the business outfits look very much like me. They look like the ideal version of me if I was on a talk show and like waxing grand ideals about the book that I've written or something that I've done, you know, as we all do when we're falling asleep at night. We pretend to interview ourselves, which I recently learned that is not a thing that anyone does, but I am on that side of TikTok where other people also are as weird as I am. And I just, I decided that I wanted to add second outfits for everything. I really like that little sweater dress. I can't remember if I actually put it on any of the outfits, but there are some really good, cute, basic clothes that they've added throughout some of the more recent packs. And I really like them. I do like that top too. I was trying to find something that was like, I don't know, party. I've never been to a party in my life. I don't know why my sim would go out to a party. My sim probably gets invited to more bars than I do. And yeah, I don't know. I was just trying to find things that kept with the same color scheme that I've been doing. And I gave myself the last name Cozy because I was like, well, I don't want to write my name as Beck because I don't normally go by that. I go by Rebecca. But I was trying to figure out if I wanted to do like Beck Cozy or Rebecca Cozy, so I just stuck with that, and I think that it ended up looking really cute. I think that my sim looks a lot like me, actually. I spent a long time on the face. I'm not sure the nose does, but do they ever get the nose right? I like those overalls too. I can't remember what pack they came in, maybe Tiny Living, and those are a really good pair of overalls. And I'm a big fan of the laundry day clothes too. Really enjoy those. Here I am trying to find a sweater or turtleneck because I do love my sweaters and turtlenecks. Oh, and here are my traits. I forgot about that. I think I did creative, perfectionist, bookworm, and I probably could have done romantic too because I am a hopeless romantic, and I gave myself the aspiration of being a writer because that's what I wanted to do. I think I've mentioned that before. And here I am doing Aspen Cozy, or Aspina as I call her. I made a tweet the other day with all the strange nicknames that I've given my cat, and posted a photo of her because she's adorable. She's a ragdoll. I was trying to find a reference photo for her, but then I realized later on that I accidentally picked the wrong breed for her. It's still for the default one that came in, but I do change that later. I change her back to a ragdoll, but I did end up having to go in and change like her whole body and her face. It was not looking right. I post quite a few photos of her occasionally on Instagram, so if you've seen her, she has these huge blue eyes and like this little round face that's kind of like heart-shaped, and she's just adorable. I spent a whole lot of time doing her fur and all the patterns that come with it just because she deserves it. She deserves to be immortalized in The Sims. I rescued her about 6 years ago, a little bit over that now. And when I rescued her, they told me that they thought she was 18. She's definitely not 18 because I do not think that she is 24 right now. She is a spry little thing. I think that she was quite a bit younger, but because she came off the streets and they weren't certain, that's the age that they guessed off of her teeth. And she had kittens right before I adopted her. And all of the kittens got adopted pretty fast, and because she was so pretty, I got her from my local humane society. She actually was adopted by someone else before I saw her, and the lady who adopted her, they told me that when they got Aspen home, the lady's other cat wouldn't let Aspen eat or drink anything, and it was just not working out. So she ended up back at the Humane Society, and at that point, I had seen her online, so I asked my parents, this was quite a few years back, I asked them if we could go see her because I just fell in love with her when I saw her little face in the photo. She's so cute. And we went, and she was setting up in one of the offices at the Humane Society, and I sat down and she ate from my hand. She was really skittish and she hid in a corner the rest of the time. But that day, as we were signing the contract to adopt her, another couple came in and asked if she was still there, and they were like, I'm sorry, she's just been adopted. And she's had a few health scares, but for the most part, I really love her, and I'm very happy to have her. She is one of my favorite things. I just love her so much. She's so sweet, and here I am trying to get like the weird kind of brown coloring all about her. I was trying to get her ears. They're a lot darker than any other part of her body. I really love the painting tool. They give you so much option right here to really customize. And she has on her nose, I was trying to get it right here, she has this little like, I don't know, it's almost like a mountain peak on the edge of one side of her nose, and you can kind of see it there, and I think it did a fairly good job of getting it. It shows it off a little bit more in the photos at the end, but yeah, she has some weird coloring around her face, and I was really trying hard to figure out where everything was. It's kind of hard to do with the way the color chooser works in this game. Like, she has a lot of definition around her cheeks, but she has big white patches that kind of extend slightly over to her eyes, and a cat eye pattern. And yeah, I mean, I spent way too much time on this. I was like, well, you know, if I gave myself, you know, that much time, maybe I should just sit down and design my kitty cat. So that's what I did. I gave her a little pink belly because her belly's a little bit pink, and was shaved down a couple months back because she had some mammary gland tumors, so I got those removed. She's getting up there in age. I did say that she was probably younger when I adopted her than I realized, but she's getting little gray eyebrows and gray on the tips of her ears, and she's very sweet, and I love her so much. She's my first pet, so I think that I will always hold such a warm part in my heart for I love her. And yeah, I think that she's really cute, and it doesn't feel right to do my dream life without having my kitty cat with me. And when I do make my dream house, there will be stuff from cats and dogs, but I don't have my first pet stuff, so whatever came with that, I'm probably not going to use it. It's fine. The things that I enjoyed in cats and dogs the most are the seats that go in window seats and the wallpaper and flooring. Specifically, I like the shutters that they did that match with the like Cape Cod-esque world. And here I am trying to figure out her little eyepieces. I was trying so hard. Oh gosh. This is sped up, but it was a little bit painstaking, guys. I mean, I was just trying my best. Her big old blue eyes. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to show you guys what my dream house looks like, especially after spending so long creating myself and creating Aspen and figuring out, you know, trying to do my dream life in The Sims. I think it'll be fun. I'm more excited, I think, to do the preparation for my build, which is just essentially me sitting on the couch with my phone, scrolling through Pinterest, being like, yes, that is the home exterior of my dream, or yes, that is the bathroom of my dream. That series will probably split into a lot of parts. I may do like the exterior and the downstairs, and then the landscaping and the upstairs. So I don't know, I've always kind of wanted to live in a house that has a ton of floors, kind of like a townhouse, but obviously sprawling and large if I'm having my dream life. I've always loved when homes have like a third story, but it's almost like a half story. And it has like tilts where the roof are and that kind of stuff. That's one of my favorite things. And I would kill to have a home studio. That is something that I've wanted for a while, just because when I write, I enjoy sitting at different places. And I kind of have that now. I can sit at my desk when I'm working on videos like this or sim stuff or just streaming. But then I tend to sit in my bed a lot more when I'm writing. But I do end up writing more, longer, and better when I'm sitting at a table. And to have a office and a studio and like various workspaces, that would be killer. That would be incredible. I would think that I will definitely be adding that to my dream house. Yeah. Oh, here I am adding, she has little stripes all along her tail, and I didn't notice it for the longest time because they've come in more as she's aged. And she has like a little, like a little raccoon tail. It's the cutest thing. If I can get a photo of it and post it on my Instagram when I post this video, I will, because I just think it's so cute. And I'm trying to get her paws. One paw is like almost all the way brown, and the rest of them are the tannish gray white she is on the rest of her body. And yeah, I spent way too long on this, but I do think that she ended up looking really similar, like her video game version to her real life version. I'm just trying to darken up areas and get everything, I don't know, how she looks. I realized I missed this section of her head, and I was like, I'm never going to be able to color match this, so I just kind of winged it for that one. But yeah, that's my kitty. That's Aspen. I think I tweak just a few more things. She does only have a little brown patch on one part of her paw there, so I was just trying to color correct some of the stuff. And I give her a little collar. None of the collars match. She has a leather collar right now that I think was meant for dogs, but since she's an indoor-only cat, that's what I have her in. And I give her the traits. She came with cozy or lazy. When I switch her over to ragdoll, you'll see I was gonna manually change because I had it perfect, but then I realized that if I clicked it, it changed the actual body and it did end up looking more like her. So I did change her breed to ragdoll here. I was trying to, she's not fat, she's just fluffy. There is so much fluff in this cat, I don't know how to explain it. And yeah, I think it gave her lazy or sleepy as one of the traits. And the other one I did was affectionate and talkative, because all she does at night is run around and scream at me. That's her favorite thing to do, is just run down the hall like a bat out of hell and yell. So that's what I gave her, and there is my kitty cat Aspen. I will leave you with the screenshots. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching me create myself and my little kitty cat, and I hope you all have a lovely day. All right, thank you. Goodbye.